You've got person after person after person after person after person making six-figure salaries, supposedly helping people who are suffering in squalor on the streets, and yet homelessness in King County is up 23%. This segment is brought to you by Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. I'm down 37 pounds on the program, and I lost most of that in just 2 months. Do what I did and what so many other undivided viewers have done. Schedule your free 15-minute consultation today at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. The homeless industrial complex is keeping people in homelessness. That is what it's doing. That's what it's designed to do. When you pump billions of dollars into something, where you have political cronies, where you have quote unquote nonprofits that seek to benefit financially, they would cease to benefit any longer and have the jobs there, the money coming in, if they fixed the problem, right? So they're getting enriched by there being a lot of homeless people. So it would be really dumb for us to think that they want to solve homelessness and stop the gravy train, which is why organizations that are volunteer, like We Heart Seattle, to me are way more of the ticket. They're doing way more with way less. But the numbers prove what I'm saying here. So these, what I really get joy out of is these numbers are from the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. Remember, that was billed like 5 years ago as our region's solution out of homelessness. And it has been an utter failure ever since. And even people on the left have called for it to be disbanded because organizationally, it's absolutely a disaster. The first CEO ended up resigning. And then it's just these bloated salaries. You've got person after person after person after person after person making six-figure salaries, supposedly helping people who are suffering in squalor on the streets. And yet homelessness in King County is up 23%. 23%. This is from the 2024 point in time count. 16,385 people. 16,385 people experiencing homelessness in King County. That's insane. And that is 23% higher than when they did their count in 2022 for 2022 numbers. Insane. Up nearly 25%. Wow. Now, when it comes to the breakdown, right, because we're told like, oh, this is a housing issue. Brandi, this is just because you need to put people in homes. We need to give more money to political cronies and to build homes and affordable housing. Interesting. Well, I find it, now, I'm not sure how much to trust the King County Regional Homelessness Authority's numbers, but actually when I look at these, I think, yeah, that's probably about right. So 12% of these people are adult survivors of domestic violence, okay? And then it characterizes 6% as veterans. It says 49% are chronically homeless, so in and out of homelessness. And then here's these two figures, which are the ones that are suspicious to me. 28% adults with serious mental illness. 35% adults with a substance use disorder. I find that highly unlikely that it's only 35% with a substance use disorder and 28% with a serious mental illness. So you're basically telling me, because these numbers don't really like add up to 100, so I think they looked at these individually, right? It was like a piece of a pie. So of the 100% who are homeless, 12% are adult survivors, but that doesn't mean there's not overlap there between someone who's a survivor of domestic violence, but also might have substance abuse disorder or a serious mental illness. And then, of course, racial inequities. Do you want to say something, Nicole?
I was just going to say that chronically homeless, for sure, those people qualify as mentally unstable. If you can't figure out a way to stay home, then something's wrong, right?
Especially with all the services available to you.
So I don't understand that being its own category. But.
Yeah, I don't either. And the vast majority of people who are homeless are white. I would just point that out as well.
Right,
and in fact...
But it's racist because it's not enough of the others, or it's more of the others considering the percentage of population.
Well,
so they
but
still
also
call it racist.
The number of black people who are homeless has declined as a percentage of the total number of homeless since 2022. But the number of white people who are homeless went from 41% of that number to 51% of the number. That's kind of racist to me. But maybe that's like the DEI efforts. We're just focusing more on helping people based on the color of their skin, not on their need. It's
I
white people
guarantee it.
can stay there on the street and just die for all we care. Yeah, this is insane stuff. 23%. Just think about that. I want you to just really noodle on that for a second. All the money, all the money that we've been taxed, tax increases people have willingly agreed to pay in the Seattle area, but in King County, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And we have still 23% more people living on our streets. It's insane to me. And we allow the King County Regional Homelessness Authority to continue to function, to continue to get all of this money, to do that. That's the outcome. And I'm sure one of the things they'd say is, oh, it's the pandemic still. Oh, yeah, it's just, we're just the pandemic, the impacts just keep going. It'll be 2050 and they'll be saying it's the impacts from the pandemic. No, they get money by there being a problem. If the problem ceased to exist, so does the money. So the homeless industrial complex, for that very obvious common sense reason, is never intended to solve homelessness. And the numbers bear that out.